It's a lot of moving parts with me and Wayne, and it's important to me that I fix that.
I met Turk, shout out to Turk, you little you ain't here, but you. We gon' you when we won't you. You heard me?
It looks like Lil Wayne is officially done acting like everything's fine. After Birdman snapped on Turk during the Cash Money versus No Limit versus, fans started reading every little reaction from Wayne, and his silence said it all. You could see it hit him deep because these weren't just label mates, they were family. The Hot Boys came up together from nothing, built their empire brick by brick, and Wayne always stood by Birdman like he was his pops. But this time, that silence feels heavy. And honestly, it should. When you look back at all the drama, the missing money, the endless lawsuits, the sneak disses, it starts to feel like Birdman didn't just break friendships, he shattered the legacy that made Cash Money legendary. He went from being the man who built the kingdom to the reason it might never rise again. Now here's where everything blew up.
Birdman. I understand our language, you feel me? But I got to say this with me. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Y'all know y'all can't with me when y'all wanna with me. And I just wanna leave it at that, man. Like we gotta stop sending out these mixed messages to people because y'all, don't do that. You know what I'm talking about? Respectfully.
During ComplexCon's Cash Money versus No Limit versus on October 25th, 2025, fans showed up ready for a throwback party. Old hits, love, nostalgia. But instead, Birdman turned it into straight chaos. Out of nowhere, he grabbed the mic and shouted, "Shout out to Turk, you a little B-word."
But it's all love, though. We ain't doing no tripping over here. It's big YNT, man. YNT. That's what's going on over here.
You ain't here, we gonna F with you when we wanna F with you. The whole place froze like time stopped. People looked around in shock and then boom, social media went crazy. People started tagging Turk non-stop after that wild moment. Old interviews, old clips, everything started resurfacing. Fans kept asking the same question over and over. What went down this time? Turk finally went live that night, calm but clearly fed up with all the disrespect. And when he dropped that line,
it started way back in the late 80s in New Orleans' Magnolia projects, and it had nothing to do with music. The original Hot Boys were real street figures. Sterling, Donnie, Mosquito, and Terrence "Gangsta" Williams, Birdman's older brother. These guys ran the city. They were feared, respected, and dangerous. Their name carried weight long before anyone had even touched a studio mic. But the story turned dark fast. One by one, they were killed or locked up.
give me my percentage. It hit like a bomb. Because this wasn't just about pride or hurt feelings anymore. This was about real money, broken loyalty, and promises that never got honored. Right after that, people began connecting the dots. If Turk's still chasing his cut, maybe Birdman's been running the same hustle for years. And while the internet exploded with reactions, Wayne stayed silent again. And somehow, that quiet said more than any post ever could. It was like he'd seen this movie before and already knew how it ends. But to really get why this moment hits so deep, you gotta rewind. Before Cash Money became a record label, before all the fame, Hot Boys wasn't just a rap group.
Besides that, you got the Wayne, Drake, Nicki, the Hot Boys. Before that, the Ross, f***ing Cali, all them niggas come from under my umbrella. Every last one of them niggas. Ain't too many niggas ain't been up under my umbrella. If they say it or don't say it, all them niggas come from me.
It was a real name from the streets. Back in the late 80s, in New Orleans' Magnolia projects, that name meant something serious. The original Hot Boys, Sterling, Donnie, Mosquito, and Terrence "Gangsta" Williams, Birdman's older brother, ran the city for real. They were feared, respected, and untouchable. Their name carried weight long before anyone ever touched a mic. But that story turned dark fast. One by one, they were taken out or locked away. Only Gangsta Williams lived long enough to see Birdman flip that name from the streets to a music empire. So when Birdman later used the name Hot Boys for his new rap group, it wasn't random at all. It was strategic.
A brand.
He was the Hot Boy there was one of the first ones in the city that had a little backpack with the money and all that in the city. But yeah, his best friend killed him.
He took a name that already had power in the streets and flipped it into a whole new empire. That move turned out to be both a blessing and a curse, because it tied the music to a legacy that ran way deeper than most people knew. By the mid-1990s, Birdman and his brother Slim had officially turned Cash Money into a label. And to make it pop, they needed a crew that carried the same energy the original Hot Boys had on the block. That's when the new wave stepped in. Lil Wayne, Juvenile, Turk, and BG. They were young, hungry, and had the raw New Orleans vibe that couldn't be faked. Birdman saw money signs everywhere.
Forever.
At the time, it was impossible to have any type of...
So
He pushed them like they were already legends, before they even touched the charts. Soon, the Hot Boys were everywhere. Mixtapes, music videos, magazine covers, flashy chains, custom whips, and that ride or die for baby energy. And it worked! Albums like Get It How You Live and Guerrilla Warfare turned them into national stars almost overnight. But that loyalty came with a price. Birdman made sure every single thing, contracts, publishing, royalties, flowed through him. He owned the dream, and they were just living inside it. At first, nobody questioned it because Birdman was the big homie, the father figure who made sure everyone ate.
How you, man?
What's up, Moolah?
I'm booling. How you, good?
You already know, bro.
Yeah, man. How Lil B? How Bria?
Man, fine, good, man. Graduated from college, man.
That's I know, man.
Got his own little spot, you heard me?
Man, what, man?
Brooke graduate next year, bro. You hear me? You know they all...
But when the real money started coming in and those numbers didn't match up, cracks started to show fast. Juvenile was the first to walk away, saying straight up that the money wasn't adding up. After Juvenile dipped, BG followed right behind him, calling Birdman a straight-up crook. Then Turk got locked up, and when he finally came home, reality hit hard. The money he thought was waiting for him, gone. Completely gone. Through all that, Wayne stayed loyal. He defended Birdman in every interview, called him Pops, and refused to say a single bad word. But deep down, even Wayne started realizing something wasn't right.
I can honestly say I gave Wayne about $400 to $500 million. Drake got about $500 million, and Nicki got about $300-400 million out my pocket. No cap.
Birdman wasn't just the label boss, he was the gatekeeper. And the second you questioned him, your whole career hit pause. Wayne might have been the youngest of the crew, but he wasn't blind. He saw what happened to the rest of the Hot Boys, and quietly, he started planning his own exit, one that would shake hip-hop to its core. By 2015, Wayne had reached his limit. He filed a massive $51 million lawsuit against Birdman and Cash Money Records. In those papers, Wayne claimed he was owed an $8 million advance and another $2 million once Thaw Carter 5 was finished. On top of that, Birdman allegedly held back profits from Wayne's own label, Young Money Entertainment. Basically, Birdman was stacking the cash while Wayne kept the empire running. Birdman denied it all, saying he never held Wayne's music hostage. But fans weren't buying it.
Well, the Hot Boys, the actual street crew.
Okay.
What year did that come together?
1994, we all started hanging together, but we knew each other from, like, me and Mosquito. We kind of grew up together.
And the Hot Boys was you, Dooney, Sterling, and Mosquito.
Well, it was more than that, but everybody, like, started going to jail, started hanging out other places.
Behind the scenes, Wayne was furious. The Carter Fee became the biggest hostage album in hip-hop history, delayed for years because of that same shady business. In 2018, they reached a secret settlement rumored to be over $10 million. But later, Birdman went on record bragging that he gave Wayne $400 to $500 million, and not a single person believed him. So yeah, Birdman and Wayne might have hugged it out for the cameras, but fans weren't fooled for a second. That piece looked good on stage, but behind the smiles, you could feel the tension still burning. Everyone knew that truce was just surface level. Nothing real about it. Now, to keep it fair, Birdman has tried to defend himself, at least when the spotlight's on. He's been saying for years that everybody got paid and that people just don't understand how the business really works. He even claimed he gave Wayne hundreds of millions through Universal's distribution deals. But every time he starts talking money, the numbers never seem to match the receipts. It's like the math never adds up. Not once. What makes it worse is how he still flexes like nothing ever happened. Private jets, custom cars, diamond-covered watches, all while some of his former artists are still struggling to rebuild their lives or waiting for the royalties they earned. That's what stings the most. Birdman built an empire off loyalty and family. But when the money started talking, that family faded fast. And just when things seemed to quiet down, boom! 2022 came with another twist. Birdman's older brother, Terrence "Gangsta" Williams, the original hot boy, got released from prison after serving over 23 years. His release shocked everybody, even Birdman himself. Gangsta started doing interviews, talking about the real hot boys, the street legends, and exposing how Cash Money really began. He basically confirmed what fans had suspected for years. Birdman used the Hot Boys name, their street reputation, and even parts of their story to build his label, but never gave them full credit. And when people asked Birdman how he felt about his own brother coming home, he played it off like Gangsta didn't even exist. That silence said everything. That silence spoke louder than any diss track ever could. It proved one thing. In Birdman's world, loyalty only works one way. And now, almost 30 years later, the legacy of the Hot Boys still hangs in the balance. BG is finally home after all those years behind bars. Juvenile's still out here rocking solo shows. Turk's been speaking his truth in interviews, calling out both Birdman and Wayne. And Wayne, he's too successful, too guarded, and probably too tired to ever look back. Fans keep begging for that long-awaited reunion, but let's be real, those scars run deep. Birdman might have built the brand, but he also broke the bond that held it all together. The Hot Boys weren't just a rap group. They were a brotherhood built on loyalty, struggle, and survival. But once money, ego, and pride got involved, everything that made them special started to crumble. And now that Birdman's back throwing shots and talking reckless online, it's clear this story isn't finished yet. Every time Wayne stays silent, every time Turk speaks out, and every time Birdman flexes for the internet, we're reminded of what was lost. A family that never got the closure it deserved. So what do you think? If Birdman still owes them millions, what else does he owe that money could never fix? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you want more deep dives like this.